I hope you were a speed reader when you tried to read that title there. It went by pretty quick. I wrote it and I couldn't even read it. Hey guys, hope you're all well out there. Out for a flight with the Mini 2 again. I'd been having a lot of disconnects and range problems in the last month or so. It's almost like, you know, everybody was experiencing problems when they updated the firmware. Well, I didn't update the firmware and I was still having problems. So it was almost like DJI turned down the power on the controller or something because I was getting no range at all. Lots of disconnects and return to home. So I'm out today. I'm at a park in South Kansas City and flying down I think it's an oil pipeline or a natural gas pipeline rather, right away that cuts through this property. And we're going to take it out a ways and see how she flies. It's about 90 degrees out, and I had to walk through quite a few fields of grass to get where I'm at, and got covered with ticks again. It's May 14th, as the title says, and the ticks are just alive and thriving here. So spray down, if you go out there in the woods and you're walking in the grass, because boy, you can get sick with them. I know that. I'm a hunter too, and I've never had Lyme disease, but I've had friends that have had it, and with very bad results that didn't go away. So it behooves you to spray with some permethrin, spray your clothing. Anyway, like I said, 90 degrees out. The flight looks good so far. The camera seems to be working good. The gimbal, there's a little tilt on the gimbal that comes with the Mini 2. If you don't fool with it every time, you're going to get that tilt. Sometimes it's worse than others, but it's almost always there. So I just got tired of fooling with it and said, look at the curvature of the earth. So anyway, I'm a ways out there now. Not too far. If you look down on the bottom left, you see all those white trees right there. I believe those are dogwoods. You'll see dogwoods a couple times. Some shots of dogwoods in here. A real pretty tree. Unlike the Bradford pear that is white also, that is a terrible tree. Thin limbs and breaks all the time. Anyway, I'm about 180 to 200 feet up, and she seems to be flying well. I had one disconnect for a short time where I lost everything. I still had video feed and everything, but I just lost signal. It just turned red. Lost all the bars, but it only lasted a couple seconds, and I mean probably a second, to be honest with you. And then it came right back, and it didn't go into return to home like it has been doing. So everything seems to be flying real well. Like I said, now there's the gimbal again, cockeyed as all get out. But the Mini 2, the camera on the Mini 2, everybody is touting the Nano Plus and the Mini 3 and everything. And for the low light and professionals, and I used to be a professional photographer years ago when I shot film instead of digital, before digital was even a word. It does real well when you give it the right amount of light and everything. So there's a place on the left there. They grow plants there and do research for medicines, holistic medicines, stuff like that, from these plants. Now you got a bunch of property there that they have penned up like Fort Knox. But anyway, there's a big business there in front of me, and I can't. It's a distribution center of some kind, and I don't know the name, but I figured that was about as far as I wanted to go, so I'm going to spin back around here to the left and look at that nice lake I'd like to be fishing in right now. And everything seems to be good on it. I mean, I was really disappointed. I was going back to flying my Phantom 3 Advance that I've got. I love that quadcopter. I've had it for many years because I was so disenchanted with the Mini 2, and until a month ago, I mean, it was performing stellar. I mean, I never had anything wrong with it, but that seems to have changed. But this flight, things are going well. Now I've made the turn back, and it's not coming back on its own. I'm flying it back, and we'll see how she does the rest of the way. I don't think there's going to be any surprises, but who knows? Anyway, have you all ordered your Mini 3s? I have. I'm getting the one with the controller with the screen built into it, and Fly More package, combo package, whatever it is. I made the mistake of not buying some extra sticks for it, control sticks and stuff when I was on there on a charger, and now you can't get them. They're on back order, so I've got those back ordered. We'll just see when they come. Who knows when it's going to come. There's some dogwoods if you look down about mid-screen on the left quadrant, a little patch of white dogwoods there too. Old saying, when the dogwoods bloom here in Missouri, that's when the first turkeys gobble. Well, turkey season's over. They're done gobbling. Well, they'll gobble all year, but it's a thing in the past now. But you still see them gobblers. They're ready to breed any time of the year. I'm back on that, hooked up to that natural gas line again, and I'm going to take it back to where I took off at. You can see this park's pretty good size, and it's hot out there. And like I said, I got lots of ticks on me, so some of you guys want to watch, when you're going out to the parks. I know a lot of you just fly off grass, in mowed parks, but you can pick them up there too. But the wind was about 5 to 10 miles an hour for the whole flight, and the Mini 2 has no problems in that wind. I've had it out 20 to 25 mile an hour winds, and really had 20 mile an hour winds, really had no problem at all. I try not to go out in anything higher than that because, I know better than that, These things are too expensive to lose them, And I've only had one crash with this Mini 2, and I was doing some filming, and, it doesn't have obstacle avoidance on the side, and I got a little too close to an oak tree and got hit one of the limbs, and she fell a good 30 feet, but just cracked the propeller, and that was it. Good as new. So she's a tough little girl, that's for sure. Now, the Mini 3, now it's got obstacle avoidance front and rear and bottom, but it does not have side obstacle avoidance where you need it. I mean, when you're filming stuff, you're usually going side to side when you're going around things and looking at things. And why they don't put obstacle avoidance on the sides on those drones, I don't know. So we'll see about that. Like I said, for me, the Mini 2 does everything I need to do as far as picture quality. It's fine to me. This 4K, I'm shooting in 4K here, and as you'll see in the video, it looks great. Now I back up a little bit. I get fascinated with just stuff on the ground. I tilt the gimbal down and I look at different plants, just spots in the ground, tracks and things like that that catch my eye when I'm flying over them, just the contrasting areas, and wood types and plant types. Gets me in trouble a lot because I'll be filming too much and then I'll run out of battery doing stupid stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing right now. Also, I'm testing the gimbal and the side-to-side motion, which I'll screw around with a little bit more here, just to give it one last final run through, shaking it side to side. She handled great this time. I had no problems at all, other than the gimbal tilt, which is just something that DJI seems to have a problem with. Now, I don't have that tilt on my old Phantom 3 Advanced. It shoots video in 2.7K, and it's just great, And it's a much bigger, heavier drone. It handles the wind better than the Mini 2 does. So anxious to get the Mini 3 and try it out. Everybody have a good day out there. Glad to share this video with you. I've got a lot of other videos on my channel. Most of them are motorcycle riding videos, but not riding so much nowadays. I am riding some, but age has caught up with me. So when you get to be in your 70s, you start looking for other hobbies. I've been flying drones for about 8 or 9 years now, so it's nothing new, but I've never put any videos up on YouTube, just for my own enjoyment. So everybody stay safe out there. I'm going to try to turn this thing down. You can tell I've got the gimbal pointed down. You watch it flip up right before it lands. It does that automatically. Usually I flip it up, but I forgot this time, and I'm sure she's going to pop up here any second now when I get to bringing her down. Watch it. Watch that gimbal. Boop, there she goes. Take care. Have a great day. Stay safe.